Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. We have a quick stretchy Vinyasa flow to go through together. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position today. You can bring your hands to heart center. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths together to settle in. You can have your eyes closed or at a soft gaze, and with each breath, on your exhale, we're gonna drop our head a little bit, tilt it closer to ourselves, to turn inwards with our mind, our body, and our breath. So start by taking a big inhale, and exhale, slightly dropping the head. Inhaling, and exhaling through the nose or mouth, lowering your head a little more. One more time, inhaling deeply through the nose. Stomach and ribcage fully expanding, and exhale to release it all out, dropping your head all the way down towards your hands and your heart. Let's take one more breath together in this reverent position here, bowing towards ourselves, inhaling and exhaling, starting to hear our breath, paying attention to it. You can lower your hands. We'll start by taking some neck circles here. Big or small, whatever feels good for you. One way, and then the other. Noticing how your sits bones feel against the earth. Start to find some length through the spine, rooting down through your sits bones and up through the crown of your head. You could bring your neck to a neutral spine. We'll start connecting our breath and our movement. So inhaling our arms up overhead, and exhaling to release. Inhale up. Drop your left hand down to your right knee. Right hand behind you for a stretch, or twist, Stretch and a twist. Inhaling to find length and exhaling to twist deeper. Leaving your left hand on your right knee. Lift your right hand up on an inhale. And on an exhale, continue over for a side body stretch. If your neck is a little sore, you can drop it. Otherwise, you can work on finding that length through the crown. Inhale, both hands up to center. Let's twist on the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand swings around. Find the seated twist. Inhaling for length and exhaling to twist deeper. Keeping your hand on your knee, swoop your left hand up. Inhaling to reach tall and exhaling to lean over for this left side body stretch. Wonderful. Inhale, both hands back up to center. Reach really tall and exhale to release. We're going to continue some of this body warming up at the front of our mat. So find a standing position, meet at the front of your mat in mountain pose. Really rooting through all 4 corners of the feet, maybe rocking forward and back. To find that perfect balance position, you can start with your hands by your side, pulling energy up through the arches of your feet, rooting down from your hip bones towards the floor. So this alternate push and pull of energy to really root and rise at the same time. Let's inhale, both arms up. Grasp your left wrist with your right hand, pull it over, stretch your left side body. Inhale up and other side. Inhale up. Let's do that one more each side. You could add some little pulses here. Center and right side stretch. Wonderful. Really inhale to find tons of length before exhaling to forward fold. Just settling in here. You can have your knees bent if you need to, releasing any tension or holding in your lower back, feeling this hamstring stretch. Drop your head, give it some shakes, yes and no, side to side, release your jaw and any tight muscles in your face. Then let's plant the palms, step the left foot back. Drop your knee, sink your hips to rise up and feel a nice stretch along your left hip flexor. Lift your gaze and release. Tuck your toes, straighten your knee. We're going to twist, lifting our right arm up high into the sky and plant it back down. Finding plank pose here, holding for an inhale and an exhale to drop our knees, chest, chin, pull forward for cobra or back bend of your choice, cow, upper dog, keeping it low to start. Exhale to drop, inhale up strong to plank, and exhale to downward facing dog. Little pedaling out here, first downward dog of the day. Trying to root through the heels, it's okay if they don't touch the mat. Feeling strong through your arms. Wonderful. Pull the left foot forward into our runner's lunge. I'm going to drop the back knee here, the right knee, and you're actually going to twist our right foot over to be parallel with the top edge of our mat. And swing your arms around to meet in this modified warrior two. Lean onto your front knee or left knee and reach over for another side body stretch. Making some circles with your arm, loosening up through the shoulders. Inhale back to center. Straighten your left foot, left leg. You can have your foot now parallel to the mat. Drop your right hand down to the mat for this gate pose, really opening up, finding length from your fingertips, which are active, all the way down to your foot, which should be pressing against the mat firmly. One more inhale here. We're gonna walk our hands back to the front through center. Meeting again in the low runner's lunge. Lifting up the back knee, rocking forward to meet in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhaling up to stand. Hands to heart center. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale to rise and exhale to fold. We're going to step the right foot back this time. Holding here, lifting the gaze a little bit, opening up through the chest. Drop the back knee, inhale up, and then sink to find the stretch through our right hip flexor. Lifting the gaze, little back bend, planting the palms. You can keep your knee on the mat or lift it here for our twist. Inhaling our left hand up to the sky, finding strength and foundation in our legs, some activation to lift even higher. And exhale to plant the palms. Going to step back into plank pose. Hold this for a full cycle of breath. Inhaling and exhaling to drop the knees, chest, chin, pulling yourself forward, maybe a little deeper with your cobra this time. Your legs can be wide if you have sore lower backs. And releasing, tucking the toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale for a full cycle of breath. Now let's step the right foot forward, drop the back knee, we're going to swing it again. Circle our arms up to meet in this modified warrior two. Deep breath here. Drop down onto our Front knee, stretch over, take some circles to loosen up through the shoulder. One way and the other. Now rise back to center. Straighten your right leg and lean over, left hand to the mat to stretch into this gate pose. Engaging through the core here to hold ourselves up. We don't want to be sinking into our left shoulder. Nice and tall, arm up or overhead as we stretch, active through the fingers and every part of our body touching the floor. Wonderful. Now rotate the arm down towards the mat, through center, to frame our right foot with our palms again, lifting the back foot, back knee up, to step it forward to meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and fold, sweep up to standing, hands to heart center. Wonderful, let's keep flowing. Inhale your arms up, and swan dive forward. We're going to inhale right up into our chair position, just holding this for a breath this time. Inhaling for length, and releasing. Stepping the left foot back, holding here in this lunge, rooting through the bottom foot, rotating your shoulders forward, up and back to find that elongated spine, pulling through the crown of your head. Sweeping up your right hand for the twist, hand planting your palm, step back into plank. You can lower your knees again here or move through chaturanga into upward facing dog or cobra. Meeting in downward facing dog. Round of breath here to settle. Lift your left foot up into the sky. Pull it forward. Hold it. Knee to nose. And step it through for our runner's lunge. Inhale up into our crescent warrior. Breath here, inhaling, finding length, and exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale to reverse, warrior two. Reverse, straighten the front leg, tilt your hips back, lean forward into our triangle pose. You can have your hand on the floor, on your shin, or on a block here. And back up to warrior two. One more reverse. Cartwheel the arms forward. Find your plank pose. And push back to downward facing dog. Take that on the other side, lifting the right leg up into the sky. Pulling it forward, holding knee to nose, nice and strong through the core. Plant the foot, shoulders forward, up and back to find that length. And then the twist. Plant the palm, rise up to our crescent warrior. Round of breath here, inhaling, and opening up to warrior two. Reverse, warrior two. Pulling up, active through our legs. Reverse, straighten the front leg. Tilt your hips back, triangle. You can look up towards your hand, really rooting through both of your feet to find extra length along the side body, and up through your fingers. Back to warrior two. Reverse. And cartwheel the palms back towards the mat. Plank pose. Stay here for a round of breath. And push back into downward facing dog. Step the right leg forward and the left to meet in our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Release, sweeping up into our chair. Inhale, and exhale to standing. Let's go again. Inhale to rise and fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, step back into plank. Inhale and exhale, chaturanga or down to the floor, upward dog cobra, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, pull it forward, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, knee to nose. Once more, three-legged dog, left leg high into the sky, knee to nose, crunch it in tight, and plant the foot between the palms. Rise up, crescent warrior. Inhale for length, exhale to open to warrior two. Reverse. Find side angle, left arm onto left knee, right arm reaching up and over your head. Gaze up towards the sky if you want to find more opening through your chest. Really strong through both of your feet here, especially your right leg. Active through the quad, pulling energy through your whole right side body. Wonderful. Inhale back to warrior two. Reverse. Straighten your front leg. Twist your feet so both of your toes are facing the long end of your mat. Inhale your arms up and exhale to fold. Wide-legged straddle. We're going to do some twisting here, inhaling our right arm up, reaching, and back down, left arm up, and down. Walking around to frame our left foot, stepping back into plank. Move straight into downward dog or take a chaturanga dandasana. Everyone meeting in downward facing dog. Release all of your breath. Deep inhale and another full release. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold right up into chair. Few rounds of breath here, inhaling to find length through our fingers and exhaling to sink deeper into the posture. And lift your toes to make sure you're not placing too much weight in your feet. Inhale and exhale one more time. Inhaling and fold. Halfway lift, fold. This time step your right foot back. Find the twist. Left arm up high into the sky. Place the palm back into plank. Straight to downward dog or your knees, or move through chaturanga to upward facing dog or cobra. Everyone meeting in downward facing dog. Stabilizing breath here before lifting your right leg into the sky, three-legged dog. Pull forward, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. One more exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Pull it forward, crunch up. Plant your foot between your palms. Rise up to our crescent warrior. Round of breath here. Inhaling, feeling activation through our feet and our legs. And opening up into warrior two. Reverse. And then find our side angle pose here. Really stretching, so one straight line is the goal all along our left side body. We don't want to be putting too much weight on this front leg, front shoulder. Should be able to move it around and hold. So there's a bit of core activation here. Strength through our whole body. Great. Back to warrior two. Reverse. Straighten your front leg. Turn your toes. Find your fold. Shaking your head yes and no. Walk both hands towards your right foot. Both hands towards your left. Back to center. And then towards your right foot again as we turn. Meet in our runner's lunge. Shoulders forward, up and back. Lengthen the spine. Before stepping back into plank. And meeting in downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling to empty. Slowly lower to your knees. Sink back into child's pose, stretching your arms out ahead of you. Beginning to slow down our breath and our movement. Walk your hands back up. Swing your legs to one side to find a seat. We're going to slowly roll down all the way to our backs, engaging our core, moving one vertebrae at a time. Hug both knees into your chest. Rock side to side along your back. Keeping both legs in. Straighten your right leg. Grab behind your calf or your thigh or wherever you can reach for a little hamstring stretch. You can straighten the left leg if you would like to. Just makes the stretch a little bit more difficult. You're a little bit tighter when your legs are like this. So if you want, you can keep it up to have a little bit more movement in your right leg. And then switch. Feeling the ground beneath you, holding you as you stretch. Bring both feet to the mat. Knock your knees side to side. Do a supine twist here, so both knees up, feet up to like a tabletop, floating table, and drop them to the left side. Trying to keep your right shoulder planted. You can turn your gaze towards the right side for a deeper stretch and twist. Inhale back to center and over towards the right. Back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then grasp along your hamstrings. Start to rock a little bit, massaging the back again. All the way up to a seated position. We're going to end just as we started with 3 breaths together. This time we're going to start with our head lowered and raise it a little bit each time. So it's inhale and exhale together just to reset. Inhaling deeply, stomach and ribcage fully expanding. And exhaling. Inhale, lift your gaze a little bit. Inhaling a little bit more. And then lifting your gaze all the way towards the sky. Bringing your hands to the third eye. Inhaling deeply, letting your heart shine forward. And exhaling to close the practice together. Namaste.